My BYD got updated and nobody told me. So I took my BYD Atto 3 in for a routine service last week. Nothing major, just the yearly 15,000 kilometer service, just the regular stuff. And then, once I got my car back, the interface looked completely different. Like, not just a small tweak, the whole look and feel of the UI has changed. And here's the thing that got me: nobody told me. Well, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about something that I think a lot of EV owners and honestly BYD owners specifically need to hear. Because this experience had raised some real questions for me. Not just about BYD, but how the car software updates are handled in general and what it means for you as a consumer of this brand. So let's get into it. Okay, so quick context. I bought the Atto 3 for my yearly scheduled service. Completely routine. Oil change, well, not oil, it's an EV, so fluids, brake fluids, tires, the whole checklist. And that's what I was expecting to happen. But while I was waiting for my car to be checked and service to be done by the evening when I picked it up, the service team did a software update as part of the service, which is fine. That's actually great. Updates are a good thing. But here's where it gets interesting. BYD, like most modern EVs, does have over-the-air software update capability. Meaning, in theory, the car can receive software update over the internet and you don't need to go into the dealership to get any updates. Well, Tesla does this. They push an update and you can update the car, and after the update, next thing you know, you got all the new features. They tell you and you know about it. So when I got my Atto 3 back, the interface had completely changed. I had to ask myself, why was this update not pushed over the air? And more importantly, why was there no communication about availability of such an update? And here's what actually bothers me. If this update was significant enough to change the entire look and feel of the user interface, we're talking about how you interact with the car every single day, then surely that warrants some kind of heads up. Like, imagine you picked up your phone one day and the entire home screen has been rearranged and apps you're used to work differently and nobody told you. That can be a jarring experience, and that's exactly what happened here. But it gets bigger than that, because if the update is only delivered at service, which in Australia is typically every 12 months or 15,000 kilometers, that means there are BYD Atto 3 owners out there right now who are driving around on an older version of the software and they don't even know about it. They've never even seen the new interface. They might be missing features. They might be missing out on the improvements. And nobody has reached out to tell them, like, hey, there's a better software version available. Come into the service center and get it updated. Or we'll push it to you over the software update on that particular day or something like that. And that's a problem. What this says about the brand experience. Like, I own a Tesla and a BYD, so I understand how the software update communication should work. But I want to be fair here. BYD is a company that's grown incredibly fast. The Atto 3 is genuinely a well-priced, well-specced car. I've enjoyed owning it. And this isn't me just dunking on them. But this experience does say something about where they are as a brand in terms of customer communication and software maturity. Well, when you buy an EV, especially in 2024 and beyond, part of what you're buying is a outstanding relationship with the software. It's not like a traditional car where whatever you drove off with is with you forever. The software is part of the product. It should evolve. And as an owner, you should be looped into that evolution. Tesla sends release notes. They tell you what changed. You can read all about it before you even touch the screen. And that level of transparency just builds some sort of trust. If BYD wants to compete at that level, and I really think they do, this is something they need to get right. Proactive communication, clear update logs, and ideally, OTA deliveries so owners aren't waiting for 12 months to access improvements that already exist. And imagine if you're someone who doesn't go to the dealership to get your car serviced. What if you got like the warranty is over and you're just getting it serviced somewhere else, which means you won't ever even know about the updates. So, what you should do as an owner? If you own a BYD, Atto 3, Seal, Dolphin, Shark, whatever, here's my practical advice. Number one, next time you go in for a service, ask specifically whether a software update is being done and what it changes. Don't just assume. Two, check with your dealership about whether your vehicle software version is current. You can usually find the version number buried somewhere in the settings. Three, if you notice anything different after a service, that's probably why. It's not a glitch. They might have just updated the software. And four, I would generally love BYD to hear this feedback because the hardware of BYD cars is competitive. The value is there, but the ownership experience, the communication layer, that needs some work. Anyway, the new interface, once I got used to it, is actually pretty good. Some things are definitely more intuitive, but some things I'm still struggling to find. And I'll probably do a dedicated video on the UI changes once I've spent some time with it. But the bigger point is, in the EV era, your car is a software product. And software products need proper communication strategy with their users. BYD, again, if you're listening, this should be your next frontier. And drop a comment below if you've had a similar experience with your BYD dealership or any other EVs. And I'm curious whether this is just an Australian thing or if it's happening globally. Smash the like if it was useful, subscribe if you're new, and I'll definitely catch you in the next one.